Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, she had 2 foreign fiancés.
You were in love with both of them, right?
She chose one.
Gunesh does not work.
He says every job in Turkey requires military service.
That's not correct.
But is he the right one?
I didn't lie.
I think it's both.
Mom, you do too much of this. Just zip it.
If he marries you, he gets a green card.
What are you lying about?
Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Well, I bet you remember last year we met Holly, who was in love and engaged to a man named Keoma. But that's not the end of this romantic story. Holly was also in love and engaged to this man, Gunesh. Now, here's the thing. She had never met either of these men in person because they lived in other countries. And no, they were not catfishing Holly. That's what everybody thought in the beginning. But these guys are for real. But let me tell you, Holly's mother, Linda, was not a fan of either fiance. And neither were any of you. With more than 1 million views and thousands of comments telling Holly to run from both men and asking if she's married yet, well, we thought we'd just better check in. Here's what happened last time, in case you missed it.
With international men, I feel like they love me for my heart versus my body.
But how do you love someone that's overseas like that you've never met? It's like delusional.
Keoma, he would talk a lot about how he wishes he could be in the U.S. with me.
Hello, my name is Keoma.
Day one, I told you Keoma wasn't in it for anything but money and a visa.
Keoma is joining us on Polycom. So you want to marry Holly, right?
Yes.
You were going to pay her $5,000 to marry you, is that true?
Yes, because I would like to live in America.
Are you aware that she is also engaged to someone from another country?
No.
I call Gunesh my honey bunny, and he calls me his wifey.
Yeah, very beautiful.
We just are so good together.
I never had before online relationship before Holly.
I miss you and I love you, babe.
I want to marry you.
So why do you want to marry Holly?
Because she's my everything.
We have a translator here. Would you ask him if he is aware that Holly also loves a Brazilian man named Keoma?
Güneş, duyabiliyor musun beni?
No. Holly just loving me. That's not true.
I think it's time that we have Holly's 2 fiancés meet for the first time. So, Keoma, I want you to meet Gunesh. Gunesh, I want to introduce you to Keoma. So, say hello to one another.
I don't want to talk him. What is
Kill
that?
me.
Good luck with Holly.
Gunesh, tell me, where do you stand with this woman?
Başka ülkelere de gideceğiz. Green card.
So he's saying he wants to marry her, and they can live anywhere in the world, and he doesn't care about the green card.
Linda says Holly's main problem really isn't man trouble. It's something a whole lot worse.
While Holly was in the hospital, she became addicted to opioids. She was taking 10 to 12 pills a day.
Isn't it true that on some of these pill runs, you drive her?
Yes, it is true.
So what the hell are you thinking? In these internet romances you have you shared with either of these guys that you are seriously addicted?
Gunesh says that we can't start a life unless I get sober.
This could be in your rearview mirror if you'd say, I am so sick of this crap from myself, I will not take it for another second, of another minute, of another day. That's when you'll make a change and not before. Are you there? Whatever you do with these internet relationships or whatever, you put that on hold. You deal with that after you deal with the relationship with yourself.
Okay.
Do you accept that help?
I do.
Okay. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Well, after the taping, Holly went straight to rehab for 2 months and got sober. She also lost 30 pounds and one of her fiancés along the way. Keoma was out, and Güneş was the man she chose.
Holly coming in the first time in Turkey.
Hello, everyone. We're on the way to the airport.
My hair very fast because we relationship 2 years we didn't meet before. You are my everything, baby. You make me happy. Actually, I have surprise for Holly. I got for Holly cactus. I got this cactus. This is punishment for having Keoma on the show. Yeah. But I will get, of course, I will get for holidays. I just want this day very romantic.
Now I'm finally flying to Turkey to meet Güneş.
I'm going right now a meeting for Holly. If you come near my head, can you listen my ear very fast? Really?
I'm the only American on board. I'm so excited though. I'll be seeing you guys when I land in Turkey.
So, Holly made it to Turkey, and we were there for the couple's first kiss.
We've been talking for 2 years.
Yeah, like dream.
Yeah, it's like a dream.
Yeah.
It's like, are you real?
Yeah, touch real.
This is so special.
Yeah, I am in love, Holly. I'm really very good. I'm feeling very good right now. I want to play guitar for you.
Oh my God!
I love you, Holly. You showed my everything.
It's pronounced guitar.
Yeah, guitar. I learned guitar.
I gotta teach him English. This is it?
Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you. Wow. Oh.
Can you make pasta? Okay.
Yeah, do you like pasta? Okay.
Yeah, with bananas.
Pasta with bananas.
Hello.
I'm in Ankara, Turkey.
Yeah, we are waiting for us. Maybe
Yeah?
I want to give you something, and I will never make you be sad. I will be with you happily and the bad days. I will always love you. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, a newly engaged Holly and her mother Linda drove across the country to see me because there's even more to this story than a trip to Turkey and a marriage proposal. So it's good to see you both.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So you've been to Turkey
Yes, I have.
and you've met Güneş.
Yes, I met Güneş.
So how did that go for you?
Oh, gosh. When I met Güneş, I literally felt like I was going to melt into a puddle. Like, I felt like it was a dream come true.
Didn't miss Keoma.
Keoma who?
Yeah. So why? Why'd you not miss him? You were in love with both of them, right?
Keoma came into my life when I was the most vulnerable. I believe that, and Gunesh loves me for me.
Yeah. And you said he proposed March 1st of this year, 3 days after you got there. So by that time, you'd known him over the internet for how long?
Probably a year and a half.
Were you surprised?
No.
You thought that was going to happen?
I knew that was going to happen. Gunesh had texted me and told me that he was buying Holly a ring.
You say that he was ashamed of kissing in front of family.
Yes.
And so that annoyed you.
Oh my God, it drove me crazy. I mean, I was just like, I want to kiss you. Like, let me kiss you.
So how do you feel about this engagement?
Well, I'm glad Holly loves someone and that she has a potential relationship. However, there is a lot that needs to occur before they could ever get together, really. Gunesh does not work.
He's waiting for the K-1 visa. It's a long story.
No, it's not. He's 29 years old and he's living a life somewhere. Why is he not working?
Every single job in Turkey requires that you have been in the military. And so, I mean, do I believe him?
I think it's
Every single job requires that you be in the military?
Yeah.
The truth is, last year, he got a job as a waiter, correct?
Yes,
and
that's
he
true.
went to a resort in Turkey, and he was there for 5 or 6 days, and he quit. He said they weren't treating him right or something like that.
They weren't paying him.
In 5 or 6 days, maybe they paid every 2 weeks.
Coming up, Holly says her mother is verbally abusive, saying she is unbearable to look at. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to do some fact-checking because we have a Turkish expert in the house. We'll be right back.
My mother gets enjoyment out of seeing me put down.
You are not that size. You're much bigger than that.
I know that I'm a fat ass.
My mom, she just looks at me and thinks, my God, my daughter is a lowlife.
And later, Sinan, that's just not true, is it?
That's not true.
What are you lying about?
I must say lie, I am saying true.
Why are you lying to me? My mom, she just looks at me and thinks, my God, my daughter's lazy. My daughter is a lowlife. My daughter's an addict. My daughter is fat.
You are not that size. You're much bigger than that.
I know that I'm a fat ass.
She'll criticize me about what I'm eating. As I'm about to eat it, she'll take it out of my hands.
She had 2 Snicker bars in her hand, 2 bags of cookies, 3 Cokes, and 2 milks.
According to my mother, she thinks that I weigh over 300 pounds.
I know there's conditions where you think you're fatter than what you are, but I believe my daughter thinks she's smaller than she is.
When I'm wearing an outfit, she'll be like, you look pregnant. Your belly is huge. My mother gets enjoyment out of seeing me put down. I feel like she can't help it.
Okay, do you say all those things to her?
Not like that.
Put those in context for me.
She does say those things.
I have a text here, 521.
No.
You eat too much food. You're almost 300 pounds. Holly, if you get any bigger, I'm not giving you a dime. Plus, if you don't do what I'm telling you, I'm considering taking away my car and any money. 528, you lay in bed and eat pizza and cereal, then lie to me about what you eat and how much. I'm so done with this, done. If you get any fatter and lazier, don't come around me. You want to put that in context? You said I say it, but not like that. You get any fatter and lazier.
Well, I guess that's a text that I sent. Yes, I was very angry because I had tried to motivate her being nice and say, let's go swimming, let's go walking. Nothing. And this is just since Gunesh.
Okay, so you're fat and lazy. Does that motivate you?
No, it doesn't motivate me. It makes me feel more depressed and worse about myself.
I'm sorry that it was presented that way, but I have...
Wait a minute. You keep trying to trivialize this. I'm sorry that it was presented that way, but you're saying like this is being taken out of context and you're being mischaracterized.
I'm frustrated, Dr. Phil.
Well, okay, but then don't try to say I didn't say it or I didn't mean it that way. You're demeaning her and you're putting her down. I understand your frustration, but you need to get through your head. That's not how you motivate somebody. That's not how you get them to want to do better by telling them how worthless they are.
Okay. I provide a lot, almost everything for Holly.
Okay, did you hear what I said?
I did.
Don't just completely dismiss that by then justifying it by saying, I provide for her, I pay for this, I do that, so it's okay that I undermine her self-worth.
Okay. I hear you. I'm sorry.
I don't think you do. I think you're justifying it by saying, I do everything for her, so I'm entitled to demean her.
Dr. Phil, I am not the evil person that I'm being presented. However, I have said some nasty things. I have. But that's because I'm so frustrated. With her. She does nothing.
Mom, you may be frustrated with me. Do you think that I'm not frustrated with myself?
Is my behavior making you the way you are?
Do you know how hurtful it is to me?
I'm sorry.
Do you know what it does to me? Do you know that I don't even want to get out of bed?
And it's all because of me?
Do you know how much it breaks me?
Is it because of me?
Okay, wait a minute.
I don't even want to spend time with you.
For just a minute, let's not make this about you.
Okay.
You also blame Ganesh. You say he wants her to be overweight so she's unattractive and other men won't pay attention to her because he wants to control her that way.
Right.
So you have all these theories here.
I do.
Dr. Linda, you got this all figured out.
I'm not doing a very good job.
No, hell no. Because you don't like looking the way you do.
No, I don't. I hate it.
To me, I'm not body shaming you. I'm just telling you, if you don't like it, I would help you change it. That's up to you, not me. I don't like it for you health-wise. This isn't good for you health-wise.
No, it's not.
I want you to be honest with yourself on every front. You're lying to yourself about Ganesh also. He can't work because he hadn't been in the military. This is Sinan Insir. He is from Turkey. And he's 30 years old. You met him before, so he's Ganesh's age. Is that true? You can't get a job in Turkey if you haven't been in the military?
That's not correct. Even though military service is mandatory, you can definitely get a job, get a leave, and then go to military and come back to work. So for me, it's just the perfect excuse to not finding a job and just, you know.
But you can get a job?
Yeah, absolutely.
Any kind of job?
Any kind of job, yeah.
So that's just a complete and utter lie.
Yes.
I had a feeling that he was lying to me. I mean, it's been long enough, and every time I try to ask him, he gets mad at me. And
I bet he does. Well, we've been talking about him. Now we're going to meet him. Ganesh is going to join us live from Turkey. We'll be right back.
Ganesh wants Holly to gain weight so that she will be unattractive to other men.
I cannot live for a second without Ollie.
She has gained weight being with him, and I think he's encouraged it.
And later...
You don't even want me to have a relationship with my mother.
He controls everyone.
Is this a cultural thing?
Yes, yes.
Well, I hit a winner.
Holly told her father that she would no longer speak with him or have anything to do with him if he didn't pay for her trip to Turkey.
I blackmailed my father.
She stopped answering his phone calls when he said no. She stopped texting him.
Finally, I called him and I said that I just couldn't live without Ganesh, and I was crying and crying and crying. And I looked at my phone, and there was a ticket waiting for me to go to Turkey, and I was just like, woo!
Well, that's toxic. This past March, Holly says she blackmailed her father into buying her a ticket and then celebrated when it worked to meet the love of her life, unemployed Güneş, in Turkey. But Holly's mother, Linda, isn't too excited about him becoming her son-in-law.
Güneş has told me that he's afraid that Holly's going to cheat on him because she has such beautiful eyes and such a beautiful smile.
I just want to see Holly every day when I wake up.
She has gained weight being with him, and I think he's encouraged it. Güneş wants Holly to gain weight so that she will be unattractive to other men.
I cannot live for a second without Holly.
Güneş always needs to know where Holly's going, who she's speaking to, if it's a guy, why is it a guy?
Güneş can be controlling when he is jealous.
Güneş has demanded Holly's password to Facebook, to Twitter. I'm not sure if she has given him her social security number. I pray not. Güneş can be emotionally abusive. He will not answer her phone calls if he decides that she's not doing something correctly or she has said something that might hurt his feelings.
He's mad at me because instead of calling him baby, I called him by his first name, Güneş.
Now that Güneş is in the picture, I feel as though Holly and I are not nearly as close as we used to be.
He won't let me have a relationship with her. He won't let me talk to her about what's going on. He thinks that she's so nosy.
Güneş has definitely come in between Holly and I, purposely, I believe.
Well, Güneş is joining us from Turkey, and his interpreter and a good friend of mine, Sinan, is here to help. Güneş, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm very good. I feel very good. How are you, Dr. Phil?
I'm okay. Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you so much, Dr. Phil.
So, do you have a wedding date?
We will apply K1 and we will marry. Yes.
Okay, and
Firstly, we will apply K1.
okay, tell me about this K1.
K1 vizesini anlatır mısın bize biraz?
Nişan vizesi. Sonra evleniyorsunuz Amerika'da.
Yeah, when you apply for the K1 visa, you marry and get the visa. It's a marriage visa, basically.
Okay, to come here.
To come here, yeah.
Holly was just telling us that you don't work because you haven't been in the military, and you have to be in the military before you can get a job.
Yes, you can ask translate man, he is Turkish. If you not go first in military service, you cannot find job. I need first going military service because every business wants see paper.
Baby.
Okay, Sinan, that's just not true, is
That's
it?
not true. I mean, it is an advantage to have that paper, but you can definitely get a job without it.
What are you lying about?
I am not saying lie, I am saying true.
You had a job as a waiter at a resort.
I didn't understand.
The
Sen
waitress.
bartender olarak çalışıyordun değil mi? Zaten daha öncesinde.
Ne
Garson
olarak?
olarak mı? Garson olarak mı çalışıyordun daha önce?
Evet, bayağı uzun zaman önce, yes.
Yeah, he said a long time ago.
Not that long ago.
Güneş, why are you lying to me? Why? I don't
What?
get it. Why are you lying to me?
I didn't say lie, this is true. I can show you my everything.
Why don't you just go to the military? Why don't you just get a job? It's so stressful on me.
He was supposed to join the military
I love
last
you,
year.
okay? But this is just so stressful.
Why would you not just get a job? You said it's harder to get a job, but you can get a job. You can get a job doing something. I just don't understand why you're 29 years old and you don't have a job. What do you do all day?
Niye işin olmadığını ve bütün gün ne yaptığını soruyor Dr. Phil.
Ya bu sıralar gerçekten bir şey yapmıyorum. Hem korona sebebiyle hem de ülkemizde ekonomi de biraz yani sıkıntı. Dünyada sıkıntı zaten.
He's saying because of COVID, I've been doing nothing. And also, economically, Turkey's not doing really well.
The unemployment rate's 14%.
Well, coming up, is Holly sending money to Güneş? We'll talk about that next. So why don't you have a job?
This stupid coronavirus, and because
You say you have to go in the military, I'm going to hit you with this notebook. Holly and her fiancé Ganesh say that Linda controls every aspect of Holly's life and they want her to stop. You're in love with Ganesh. He says he's in love with you.
Yes.
Look, purely as an outsider, you're just looking at this from the outside looking in. I can't ignore this green card issue. It's like if he marries you, he gets a green card and comes to America.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come to America. So he says, nah, that's not a big issue at all. I'll marry her anywhere. Yeah, he says that. Does he mean it? I don't know. So I don't know if he's telling the truth about that or not. But when I look at somebody that's 29 years old, has got no job, he's able-bodied, he's intelligent, he's healthy. It seems to me like he could find something to do, so that bothers me for you.
Oh my God, it bothers me so much.
So when you ask us, well, I can't get a job because I'm not in the military. Well, no, maybe it's harder, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. It's COVID. Yeah, I get it. Unemployment is high. I get it. But if you're young and healthy and you want a job, you can find something to do. Are you sending him money? That's a yes or no question. You either sending him money or you're not.
I did send him money for his passport.
How much money have you sent him?
So I sent him, like a month ago, $128, and then probably like a couple months before that, I sent him like $40. It's not that much. Like,
You're not sending him a lot of money, but you send him some money.
yeah.
So you're in love with a guy who's got no job, and he's so broke you're having to send him $40.
It doesn't make sense.
When you love someone and they're in trouble, you'll do what you need to do to help them.
Mm-hmm. Where do you work?
So I'm a personal assistant. I take care of my sister, and I also breed Shih Tzus. But it's not enough, according to my mother. And I agree. I need to do more. I also dog sit, and
When have you dog sat? Be honest.
I dog sat
How many
in
did you sell in the
2013.
last year?
One.
So I sold it for $2,000.
How much do you make assisting your sister?
So I make $14.50 an hour. And so it's like $900 every 2 weeks. It's not enough, but it's something.
So why don't you have a job?
I don't have a job because of this stupid coronavirus and because I'm just...
You say you have to go in the military. I'm going to hit you with this notebook.
No, it's not the military, Dr. Phil.
By the way, I was in the military, so you can, just so you know.
I've had my own problems. I have had problems with addiction. I have a problem with depression. And
Well, we're going to talk about all of that next. Linda says that Holly has gotten worse since returning from Turkey. She'll explain what she means next.
I was so thankful for Dr. Phil's help.
I felt like Dr. Phil saved my life.
But after rehab, Holly relapsed.
Holly says 14 days upon returning from Turkey, the pandemic hit, and she fell off the wagon after 6 months of hard-earned sobriety. Now, Holly blames it partly on her mother because Linda nags her about having no money, gaining weight, and thinking she's a drug addict again.
When I was sent to rehab, I felt like Dr. Phil saved my life.
I was so thankful for Dr. Phil's help because Holly, I saw a difference in her immediately. But after rehab, Holly had one thing on her mind, and it was going to Turkey.
When I got back from Turkey, I spiraled into a depression.
Holly relapsed.
I found 7 hydrocodone pills that I had stashed.
She was so depressed with COVID, with being away from Gunesh.
I wanted to escape from what I was feeling. I didn't take them all at once, but I took half of one, and it took 3 days before I had taken all 7 pills. I went to get help from my doctor, and he put me on Suboxone. Unfortunately, that became like my next drug.
I know she's on Suboxone more than she should be. I know she's on a muscle relaxer. She is on a antidepressant. She takes Advil, aspirin, Tylenol, water pills, blood pressure pills. And I'm not even sure what else she takes, but I'm certain there's more.
I wish that I didn't have this problem, but I'm an addict. I'm so fed up with everything right now. I'm frustrated with myself, and I'm just frustrated.
Well, let's talk about that, because look, there comes a time where you've got to say, I'm not going to be relationship dependent. And if you went into a marriage right now, do you think you would contribute or contaminate?
I know that I would contaminate. I'm sick. I'm an addict. I know I need help.
And how about Ganesh? Would he contribute or contaminate, do you think?
I don't know. I question it all the time.
You question what?
I question it.
There you go.
Thank you. My life is a mess. I know. I'm in love with someone who doesn't work. I'm an addict. I got my problems. My mom thinks the worst of me. I relapsed and I hate myself for it so much. I'm fat. I look at myself in the mirror and I see this huge fat loser who could do so much better with herself.
You say that Ganesh didn't like you talking to your sponsor every day.
No, he didn't understand the relationship, and I tried to explain it over and over and over again.
Well, Ganesh, what was your problem with her talking to her sponsor?
Sponsoruyla konuşmasıyla ilgili ne gibi problemlerin vardı?
I don't have problem.
That is such You have had a problem since day one. Who is she to know so much about our relationship? I don't like that she likes so much about our relationship. You kept on saying that, and I kept on trying to explain to you. She's my sponsor. I'm supposed to... Don't you shake your head. Don't you shake your head.
You say big lie.
No.
I didn't push it.
Ganesh, I love you, but you got to listen to me. This is important.
Yeah, important, I know. But you need say true.
I am saying true.
You're saying right now lie.
I am not saying a lie. You don't even want me to have a relationship with my mother.
He controls everyone.
I love
That's
you,
an
and I
outlaw.
love my mom, and I want you guys to get along.
Ganesh, did you have a problem with her telling her mother a lot about you too?
Actually, I don't have problem with her.
See, now let me ask you a question, just culturally. Is this a cultural thing? Are Turkish men controlling in the relationships they have?
Yes, yes. In some parts of Turkey, definitely.
Well, I hit a winner.
Coming up, should Linda kick Holly out of the house and stop giving in to all of her needs? We know that Holly can be manipulative. We saw that with her dad. Cry, cry, cry till she gets her way. We'll talk about that next. Okay, I'm back with Holly, Linda, her fiance, Ganesh, and Sinan, who is an interpreter that's helping me make sure that Ganesh understands the questions and that we understand the answers. because there's a bit of a language barrier, and out of fairness to Ganesh, I want to be sure he understands and we understand him. You've also given us some cultural insights as well, so you need to understand this is a cross-cultural situation, and so there is some of that. As I said, you've got to decide what you're bringing into a relationship, or you're going to make a mess of it the way you say you've made a mess of your current situation. You said, I'm a failure at this, I could do so much better, et cetera, et cetera. And Ganesh is sitting there saying, well, I'm 29, don't have a job, I'm just going to get married and move to America, and I guess there's some magic to that if you don't live here, but life can be tough here as well. You need to get yourself worked out. What are you taking drug-wise now, honestly?
So right now I'm taking Suboxone.
Are you abusing it?
Yes, I am. I'm an addict.
So you're abusing Suboxone. What else?
I'm not, I mean, I'm taking what the doctor prescribes me.
I didn't ask you that. I asked, what else are you abusing?
I'm not abusing anything else.
Okay, then the answer is nothing. It's not an accusation. It's a question. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, she thinks, of course, my mother thinks that I'm abusing other drugs.
I don't care what your mother thinks. If I wanted to know what she thought, I would be asking her. I'm asking you. You can lie to me or tell me the truth. That's up to you.
Sorry.
Are you also taking muscle relaxers?
I'm taking methylcarbamol, but I've been on that for 3 years.
Why?
Because I had a car accident.
When?
I had a car accident in 2014.
2 years ago. Oh, Holly.
But that
You don't
I was
need
on
the muscle
Flexeril, and then
relaxers.
they gave me methylcarbamol.
I'm sorry.
I know right where you are.
I told you, she's got a gun in her mouth.
And if I need any help in interviewing her, I
You
know
do
right
too
where you
much
are.
of this.
We'll
you need to
tag
do a
team.
little bit more of this.
Sorry, Dr. Phil, you were saying before she rudely interrupted?
You feel better?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You have no idea how good that felt.
Now, there are 2 or 3 things that I'm going to recommend that you do. You need to get with your sponsor, whether Ganesh likes it or whether he doesn't. I'm going to set you up with a teletherapist with Doctor On Demand, which is a company that we own, so I can set you up. And I'm going to give you like 10 sessions with a doctoral level therapist that is going to help you work out some goals and objectives here.
Thank you.
And these are really top quality professionals that are going to help you set some things up. I'm also going to connect you with Robert Reams. Now, Robert Reams is a certified nutritionist and a certified trainer. And he is going to get you physically, biochemically, nutritionally in shape. So you take some pride in yourself, okay? So you're going to get with your sponsor. I'm going to set you up with a teletherapist here, and I'm going to get you with Robert Reams to start working with you immediately, okay? And then when you've got yourself where you can look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you and what you've done, then you're ready to start making some decisions about becoming part of a couple. And until then, you're not. You need to take care of you. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with you. So we're going to start there.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Dr. Phil. You're my lifesaver.
Set me up with someone.
You are going to support that,
Yes. Thank you.
okay? And Ganesh, you're going to have to be involved in this at some point, but that will come after she gets some traction on some things she needs to do to get healthy. And that will make sense as we go forward.
Of course.
All right. I want to thank our interpreter, Sinan, and all of my guests today. For more information about today's show, log on to drphil.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe to Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret. She talks to some of the most intriguing men and women who reveal their secrets to success in their life. Thanks for being here today. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.